Hello students, welcome to Abhyaas IIT Prep. In this video, we are going to discuss about JEE Mains 2026, January 28th, paper 1 shift analysis, right? So get into the video. Moving on to first question, this question is asked from chemical thermodynamics. So here the question they are asking that from an ideal gas X at 600 Kelvin, they have given the value megapascals undergoes isothermal reversible expansion until pressure of the gas is 0.2 megapascal. Which of the following option is correct? If you see, this is the direct formula for isothermal reversible expansion, that is P1 by V1 log initial by final we are getting, right? So we need to convert 0.5 into 10 to the power of 6 and here 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3, right? So if you substitute these values here, you are getting that 0.5 into 10 to the power of 6 into 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3 log, you are getting that 0.5 by 0.2. Upon doing calculation, 0.2 upon doing calculation, you are getting that minus 9.1 kilojoules. Hence the answer will be here, we are having negative value, right? So answer will be 1. So this is not that much difficulty question, direct formula based one, which is isothermal reversible expansion from thermodynamics, right? So moving on to next question, this question were asked from some basic principles of organic chemistry. They are asking the correct order. You can see here that sp hybridization, sp2, sp3. If you see here, sp2, sp3. Answer 4 is your answer. Very simple answer, right? Moving on to next question. This question were asked from solutions at temperature Kelvin. 2 moles of liquid A and 3 moles of liquid B are mixed. The vapor pressure of the ideal solution formed is 320 mmHg. At this stage, 1 mole of A and 1 mole of B are added to this solutions. The vapor pressure is now measured at 328.6 mmHg. They are asking that vapor pressure in mmHg of A and B, right? If you see the formula here, we are having that P naught as they have given that 320, right? If you apply that, 320 is equals to P naught A mole fraction of 2 by 5 plus mole P naught B mole fraction of 3 by 5. This is your first equation. This is your first equation, right? So I am keeping here first equation. So again, what happening? You are adding 1 mole of A and 1 mole of B. That means 2 is becoming 3, 3 is becoming 4. That means here you are getting that P naught, yes, you are getting 328.6 is equals to P naught A, which is 3 by 7 plus P naught B, which is 4 by 7. This is your second equation. If you equate this 1 and 2, you are getting that answer P naught A and P naught B will be nearest summer value, right? So this is not that much difficulty question. So direct formula based one you need to understand, right? Moving on to next question. This question were asked from organic containing compounds oxygen, right? So if you see this reaction, what happening? They have given that compound and they have given that some reagents. They are asking major product and also we need to justify these statements, right? So we are having that X and vapor pressure major product. If we apply that upon these reactions, we know that here that will be phenol, right? Upon this reagents, what happens is phenol is going to convert into salicylic acid, right? So which is that OH, COOH, right? So compound Y develops characteristic color with neutral FlCl3 solution. So we need to identify that incorrect statements. Both compound X and Y will dissolve in NaOH. Yes. Compound Y will dissolve in NaHCO3 carbonate and evolve a gas. Yes. Compound X is more acidic than Y. Not at all. Y is more acidic than X, not Y. X is more acidic than Y. Both compounds X and Y will burn and give sooty flame. Obviously, they are asking incorrect statement means that will be answer 2. Right? Moving on to next question. This question were asked from halogens. Method used for separation of mixture of products B and C obtained in the following reaction. If you see this question, they have given reagents asking the product. What happening? Bromine, you are getting that Br, right? So upon treating with concentrated HNO3 H2SO4, you are getting 2 products, means which is ortho and para. You can easily assume that ortho and para, which is this is your Br and NO2. as well as you are getting at para position 2, right? Br and NO2. So these can be separated by which method? Simple distillation, sublimation, steam distillation, fractional distillation. Obviously, these methods can be separated by fractional distillation. So this is not that much tricky. If you apply simple basic knowledge how to calculate and how to write the product, you will get your answer. Moving on to next question. This question were asked from equilibrium and also buffer solutions. Consider a weak base of B of pKb is equals to given value and xml of 0.02 m HCl and yml of 0.02 m weak base of B are mixed to make 100 ml of buffer, right, of pH 9 at 25 degrees Celsius. The value of X and Y respectively they are asking. If you see here what happening, the reaction HCl plus B plus BH plus Cl minus. Upon at initial we are having that 0.2, 0.2. At final you are having that HCl 0 and your B is having 0.02y minus 0.02x, right? So if you apply that ideal solution when it is having an ideal, then only it will applicable, which is POH is equals to pKb log salt by base. If you substitute the values how they have given, which is 5 pKb and POH value, if you simplify this, you are getting that answer X will be 100 by 7 and Y will be 600 by 7. Upon doing calculation, you are getting some nearest integer, which is 2 is your answer, right? So not that much tricky, but we need to apply some calculations here, right? Moving on to next question. This question is asked from chemical kinetics. An organic compound undergoes first order decomposition. The time taken for decomposition 1/8 and 1/10 of its initial concentration on T 1/8 then T means half-life of 1/10 respectively. They have asking that what is the value of this. So if you apply that T half, if you apply that T is equals to 1/k log A0 by 18. So 1/8 and 1/10. So both will be getting cancelled, ln and ln 10, right? So 1/8 and 1/10. Upon doing calculation, they have given the value of ln 8 to. So if we apply that log 8, which is 3 log 2 into 0.10. Upon doing calculation, you are getting that 9 you are getting. Answer 1 is your answer. So this is some time taking question and some lengthy question too. Moving on to next question. This question were asked from organic compounds containing halogen, and this question they having asking that to balance the reaction and as well as in statement 2. So it will take some time, right? So here you are having that compound X, excess of NaNH2, you are getting your compound Y, and again we are getting that upon diluted H2SO4, you are getting compound Z, and red hot iron tube, you are getting some other compound. If we apply simple basic knowledge, we are getting that here you are getting alkene molecule, right? So upon this diluted H2SO4 means which is acetone molecule, right? So if you see here C3H6Cl2, C3H6, so balanced Cl, right? You are getting compound alkene. That means CH, C triple bond, you are getting that some other molecule, right? So upon doing diluted H2SO4, you are getting your acetone molecule, which is CH3, C double bond O, CH3, acetone molecule. So here red hot iron tube means which is that you are getting a just molecule that BHCH3, CH3. So they are asking about statements. Compound Z will give yellow precipitate with NaOI. Z. If you see, if you take this compound which is ketone, if you take this with NaOI, it is giving precipitate. Then statement 1 is true. And moving on to statement 2, compound Q has 2 different types of H atoms, aromatic, aliphatic, in the ratio 1:3. If you see here compound key, actually we are having 3:9. If you do that 1:3, right? So statement 2 also true. Hence the statement will be 1 and 2 are true. Statement 1 and 2 are true. So option is your true. Coming to this question, we are having that some time taking and some lengthy question, but important one. Moving on to next question. This question is from organic compounds containing oxygen, right? So given below 4 isomeric compounds they have given, they are asking the statements below, right? Identify the correct statement. QRS will give precipitate with 2,4-DNP. Yes, obviously. And P and Q will give positive Beer test. PQ, not at all. Q and RS will give sooty flame. Yes. And R and S will give yellow precipitate with I2NaOH. R and S. S can give. I think don't. One of the molecule is giving, but another molecule is not giving because propyl is there here. Q alone will deposit silver with Tollens reagent. Q will deposit silver with Tollens reagent. Yes. So hence the correct options will be A and E. Your answer will be 2. Very simple question. Moving on to next question. This question is from chemical bonding. Given below 2 statements. Again statements. Statement 1. The number of species among BF4, SI4, XEF4 and SF4 that have unequal EF bond lengths is 2. They are telling 2. Here E is the central atom. If you see, we are having this all are equal. Coming to SF4 is not an equal. It is an. They are telling 2, but we are having only 1. So statement 1 is not true. Statement 2. Among this all has the highest bond order. If you see here, you are having 1.5. Here you are having 1. For fluorine, you are having 1. For this case, you are having 2.5. For this case, you are having 5. So highest bond order is having among all this. I think for all this means statement 2 is also false. So both 1 and 2 statements are false. Moving on to next question. This question is from P block elements. So regarding the hydrides of the group 15 elements, they are asking that select the correct following order. The stability of hydrides decrease down the group. Stability order. What is that for this case? Nitrogen means NH3, phosphorus, so arsenium, H3 and stibbium. So it is right. So correct statement only. Moving on to the basicity also decrease the down group. Hence this only will follow. Means correct. Why? Because bond dissociation enthalpy decreases from the down the group, right? So the reducing character increases down the group. Might be. If you see here, what happens here? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenium and antimony, right? So this is also correct. And the boiling point increases down the group. Not at all. Here it is not going to decrease. Why? Because you are having that PH3, NH3 and arsenium and antimony. Follows this. What happening here? So it is not correct statement. So hence this is not correct. Choose the correct answer from the following options. So A, B, C is your answer, which is 1. Right? Moving on to next question. This question is asking from redox reaction, right? So this question is asking from redox reaction, statement based again. If you see given below 2 statements, which is Griggs-Aliosavi test is used for the detection of nitrate ion, which involves the use of sulfonilic acid and alpha naphthalenamine reagent, which is the statement is true. Right? And statement 2. In the above test, sulfonilic acid is diazotized by the acidified nitrate ion, which on further coupling with alpha naphthalenamine forms azodide. Generally, it is coupling with alpha naphthalenamine means it is forming red azodide, which is completely true. If you see the reaction, what happening here? Sulfonilic acid solution reacting with nitrate, you are getting the molecule, and upon diazotized acid with naphthalenamine, you are getting red azodide. That means this statement also true. So statement 1 and 2 are true, right? So moving on to second option is your answer. Moving on to next question, organic compounds containing nitrogen. Here what happening? Consider the following reactions giving major product. They have already given the major product, but they are asking that correct reaction. If you see here HNO3, it is not an reaction. If you see, this is aromatic halide, right? Aromatic halide. So it is not going to participate in reaction. Hence it is not happening any reaction here, but it is giving. So it is not. No. Here we are having bromine and KOH, which is Hoffman bromide. So this is your major product. This is your correct reaction. So simple question. Named reactions we need to remember, right? Moving on to next question. From biomolecules. From starting January 21st, we have analysis all the papers, but from biomolecules, you are getting direct NCERT based questions. So if you observe that this is directly NCERT based question. They have given that peptide, find out the essential amino acid Y, the sequence present in peptide. Choose the correct answer from the options. If you see that, we know the sequence of this, right? So 3 will be your answer. Simple and direct NCERT based question. Moving on to next question, which is from hydrocarbons. They are asking that which is the PCH double bond CH2 taken twice, asking major product, which will be your PHCH2Br, right? So the reaction proceeds through a more stable radical intermediate. Yes. The role of peroxide is generated H hydrogenation hydrogenation radical is not going to form here. During this reaction, benzene is formed as byproduct. Yes, 1-bromo-2-phenylethylene is found as a monoproduct. No, the same reaction is absence of peroxide proceeds via carbocation intermediate. Yes, true. So hence option will be ACE is your answer, right? Moving on to next question. This is from atomic structure. They are asking that the wave number of 3 spectral lines of hydrogen, consider and identify the set of spectral lines belonging to Balmer series. If you apply the formula which is Rydberg, we are getting our N1 will be 2, N2 will be 3. Upon calculation, you are getting this 21R by 100, right? So 21 by first option. So this is your answer. Simple Rydberg formula. If you apply, you are getting your answer, right? Moderated one. Moving on to that, again from atomic structure, some interesting question, right? So they have given figure 1 and figure 2, right? They are asking which of the following point in figure 2 most accurately represent the nodal surface. If you see here, this spherical nodal surface need to represent here. That means which point is representing. The probability of electrons here 0. How will represent means this is, that means B, right? So first option will be your answer, which is B, right? Moving on to next question. This question is from D and F block elements, again statement based. We have seen like statement based questions are asking directly from NCERT based more questions. So remember in that. Okay, given 2 statements here. Statement 1, the number of pairs from the following in which both the ions are colored in aqueous solution is 3. They are telling 3. Let's see. Scandium not colorless, titanium is not colorless, zinc is not at all colorless. So statement 1 is not true. Thorium is the strongest reducing agent among all these. Not at all, because Eu2 plus can be, it is a strong reducing agent, it is half filled and it can be easily oxidized. It can also form as Eu3 plus. So statement 2 is also not true. Statement 1 and 2 are false, right? Statement 3 is your answer. So this is your answer, not that much tricky. Conceptual based. Moving on to next question, classification of elements and periodicity, right? In period 4 of the periodic table, the elements with highest and lowest atomic radii respectively. As we all know that from moving left to right, atomic radius decreases, right? Since option here, what will be the option? Very simple answer, which is sodium and chlorine. Moving on to the next question. This question is from coordination compounds. The correct statement among the following is, they are asking some compounds which are diamagnetic, paramagnetic. Let's see. We all know that NaCl4 will be paramagnetic, but they are telling diamagnetic. No. NiC4 will be your sp3 hybridization, diamagnetic. NiC4, it will be paramagnetic. So here in this case we are having, and this will be your dsp2 molecule. And NiC4, which is your sp3 molecule, right? One unpaired electron is having. So hence statement 4 is your answer, right? Moving on to next question from numerical section. From redox reaction, they have given 500 ml of 1.2 m Ki solution is mixed with 500 ml of 0.2 m KMnO4 solution in basic medium. The liberated iodine was titrated with standard 0.1 m Na2S2O3 solution in the presence of starch indicator till the blue color disappeared. If you see the reaction here, Ki reacting with KMnO4, right? Then what you are getting? I2 plus MnO2, right? With this I2, again what you are getting to react? Na2S2O3, right? So you are getting that minus S4 O6 2 minus. So here what happening? Plus 7 to plus 4, right? So for this question we need to apply that equivalent concept, number of gram equivalents or mole concept. You will get your answer, which is that gram equivalence of KMnO4 equivalence of Na2S2 3. So mole, volume and then 0.2. If you substitute the values, you are getting that. I'll erase here. I'll write here itself plus MnO2, and here you are getting that S4 O6 2 minus. So if you substitute the values here, you are getting that volume 3 liters. So answer will be 3 liters. Not that much calculation is there, not requiring that much time. Just apply the formula and equivalence or mole concept, you will get your answer. Milli equivalence. Moving on to next question, this is from electrochemistry. Consider the following redox reaction taking place in acidic medium. If you see here, you can see oxidation 5 we are having, and here you are having 3. That means 8 electrons we are having in boron gas. And coming to the chlorine case, 3 electrons we are having, right? So 8 into 3 will be 24. Therefore your N will be 24. Simple, very simple. Moving on to next question. This question is from coordination compounds. X is the number of geometrical isomers exhibited by. This is having in M, A, B, C, D complex. That means it is what happening, 3 we are having, which is 2 cis and 1 trans. Y is the number of optical inactive isomers by exhibited this molecule. Cis will be going to exhibit optically active and trans will be going to exhibit optically inactive, which is 1. Z is the number of geometrical isomers exhibited by. If you see here, what we are getting that 2. That means cis. That means from NCERT you know that facial and meridional isomers we have seen. For this case, this is facial and meridional isomers. So X and YZ means you are having 6. 6 is your answer. Very simple question. Moving on to next question. This question is from some basic concepts in chemistry. They are asking percentage composition. 0.53 grams of an organic compound X when heated with excess of nitric acid concentrated and then with silver nitrate gave 0.75 grams of silver bromide precipitate. So 1.0 grams of X gave 1.32 grams of CO2. Right? Gas on combustion. The percentage of hydrogen in the compound X. They are asking. They have given molar mass for hydrogen, carbon, bromine, and they have given the compound X2. Right? So if you see that compound X is reacting with silver bromide, then what is the composition of carbon, CO2? So percentage of carbon 1/3 2 into 12 by 44 into 100. You are getting the percentage of CO2. When you do with, it is also reacting with silver bromide. So you are getting carbon dioxide as well as silver bromide, right? So if you simplify this, you are getting that hydrogen, which is at 4. So your X will be 4%. That is your answer. So this is not that much tricky question, but time taking process, I say. Lengthy question is also not that, but some time taking process question. This question is from equilibrium. Consider the dissociation equilibrium of following weak acid. So the pK of the acid is 4, then pH of 10 mm HA solution is. They are asking degree of dissociation. We know the formula that is equals to 1/2 pKa minus log C. Right? They have already given that value of log C, that 10 to the power into 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3, you are getting that 10 to the power of minus 2, which is your C value. If you substitute here, you are getting that 1/2 pH already given, which is 4, pK of pH is already given 4, log C, that means log into 10 to the power of minus 2, right? Upon calculating, you are getting that 3. Your answer will be 3. This is the JEE Mains 2026 January 28 paper 1 analysis. The overall paper is NCERT based and conceptual and application based were questions. Numerical have raised, but they are time taking. So that's it. Thanks for watching.